All right, welcome to our 30-minute. Wouldn't it be great if it was 300 minutes? But a 30-minute yin for back tension and back release. So I'm going to get you to sit, lie any way you want. You can come into a seated position and sit on a block. You can come right back onto your back with your legs bent, feet on the floor, whatever way you want to start your practice tonight, because that's the key word. It is your practice. So settle onto the mat. Beautiful thing about the yoga mat is it's yours. You don't have to share it. You can wiggle your shoulders into it. Maybe the heels come further away to each corner of the mat. And take a moment just to be grateful, to be thankful that you've got the wherewithal to do this practice. It's powerful, powerful, powerful. We're getting past the muscles that we use every single day. We're getting into our fascia, our connective tissues, really letting things open up for us. Maybe rock your head side to side. A little massage, but nice and slow. A little massage for the back of the head. And then when it comes back to center, maybe pick up your shoulders. Bring those shoulder blades a little further away from the ears. And just do a little body scan. Are you holding tension anywhere? Can you breathe through that area? And then just soften. Maybe it's a little movement. Let's say it's your knee. Maybe it's a little wiggle of the knee. Maybe wiggle your toes. Rock your hips. And let's bring one hand onto our heart, our left hand ideally, and the other hand onto your tummy. And do nothing but breathe. Take a couple more breaths. And then if you're lying on the ground, reach your arms up overhead, point your toes. If you're sitting on your block or sitting seated, take your hands up towards the sky, extend your legs forward and your feet forward. Point your toes, reach your arms to either to the ceiling or the back of your room, and then just soften, whatever that looks like. Listen to your body. We're going to do that one more time. So extend or reach, flex, point, and engage. And then just, oh, yeah. Nice. I know you want to stay exactly where you are probably, but we are going to get up to standing. So take your time. Scoot your legs to one side. Bring yourself up. So this practice, this 30-minute sequence is all about moving our spine. So we're going to move our spine in 6 degrees of freedom. So first one we're going to start is a nice dangling or a ragdoll. But let's get there first. So let's find our feet right underneath our hips. And then come onto your heels, come onto your toes, the balls of your feet, and then rock over to one side, rock over to the other. And then maybe make some circles with your legs going one way, going the other. And then say to yourself, I'm truly connected and I'm truly grounded to the earth. We're going to bring our arms up towards the sky And then you're going to start to hinge, but you're going to bring your arms back out to the side. It's like a swan dive. So we're going to swan dive nice and slow. Nice and slow. Reach your fingers long. Now you can bring your blocks by you if you like. Then you bring your forehead down towards, the top of the head comes down towards the ground. Nose comes towards your knees. If it feels good, you're going to grab your elbows and hold it here just for a second. Stillness. Then bring your hands. I want you to put a little bend in your knees and bring your hands on top of your thighs. So you got to be comfortable here. Right. Just settle here for a few breaths. Now you can stay here for the entire 3 minutes, or you can come with me. We start to straighten the legs. Arms come to the ground. Once again, we clasp the elbows. Nose comes toward the knees. And gravity becomes our friend here. So it's not about swaying. It's not about rocking or rolling, right? This is going to release our lower back, even though we are using muscles in our legs a little bit. So be soft. Breathe. This pose, when we perform it, it can restore energy levels after a long day. So maybe when you get home, when you're away from your desk, or when you've been out running around, a couple of minutes of dangling. Gravity's our friend, creating space into the spine. So imagine stress pouring out from the top of your head with every single exhale. Can you feel your arms and your body moving down towards the earth? Just by investing the time. Maybe your hands want to let go of your elbows and you bring them down towards the ground. And then bend your knees. Put a big generous bend in your knees. My chest is on my knees. And we're going to roll up super slow. Super slow. We've been hanging upside down for a bit. Go slow. Nice and slow. Take your feet a little wider, and we're going to move right down into a squat. So come nice and low. Now you can bring your block, and you can sit on your block at any level, whatever works for you. Use your hands just to press the legs away from one another. Bring those knees a little further away. Maybe the palms join together, fingers join together, and thumbs join together. So this is a lovely counter pose, the squat, for that dangle. And breathe. All right, we're going to come up just enough to grab the block. Bring both hands behind you so that you can slowly lower down and extend your right foot right out to the front. Settle the other leg to the side. You're coming into a half butterfly. So blocks, we're going to take our blocks, and they can be right in front of us, or they can be draped alongside that long leg. And then you're going to reach your chest. Remember, this is for our back. You can bring your hands on top of your blocks, your arms, and let them hang there. And let your head get heavy. So you can allow your back to round, fold over that straight leg. You can also move your blocks a little closer to your feet for something to reach to. Now, if your hamstrings are super tight on this side, feel free to put a block underneath the knee. Feel what that feels like. You're going to get a little bit more space in your back without stressing that hamstring. But if you're able to get into the full pose with that straight leg rounded back and settle in. So, of course, we're opening up our hips through that outer rotation. And this fold does lightly compress our internal organs, which can nurture healthy digestion for us, right? And then breathe. Think about your back getting heavy in extension. And slowly start to walk your hands up. Going to move both blocks to the outside of that long leg. So you're going to bring your opposite hand behind you, roll over onto the knee, and reach yourself up and over. Give yourself a little stretch here, coming up onto that knee, kind of like a little side plank, kind of like a little half wild thing. And then we'll sit back down. Take the other leg out. Let's give both legs a little wobble. And then we'll set up on the other side. So opposite leg comes up. Both blocks are going to straddle the long leg. Again, make sure you either a blanket or another block underneath that hamstring. If it's tight, you're on your sit bones. And you start to walk your hands down your legs, extending around your back. Compress down into the front thigh. Now, are you holding tension? Right? Those hips are calling. We're working on them. Soften it up. Listen to your body. More is not better. Less is not better. You got to find that Goldilocks. Got to find your edge. Where am I feeling it? Where can I hang out? Let's just take a few moments to just focus on your breathing here. Don't think about anything else, just your breath. Want to wait for that invitation to go more. May or may not come, and it doesn't matter. We don't judge it. One more nice big breath. Slowly start to walk your hands back up. We'll move the blocks to the side. We're going to drop the knee down. Bring the hand behind the hip. Drop down onto that bent knee. Reach up and over. So maybe you're reaching over your ear with your bicep. Maybe you're taking your chest and you're opening it all the way up towards the skies. Yeah, come on back down. We'll take both legs nice and long. Give them a little flap, maybe a little bounce, a little shake side to side. Now we're going to find our sit bones first. So bring your hands by your side, lift yourself up and back and where you land. And then we're going to bring the feet and the legs as wide as possible. 2 blocks are going to come to the front. Now we have a couple of options here. We're going to go into a full dragonfly, so a wide straddle. So it's a hinge at the hips. Again, if your hamstrings, before we get too deep into this, you can take your blanket nice and long and bring your blanket right underneath your knees. If you want to roll a blanket up, put it behind your hips just to lift your hips up an inch. You might get a little bit more reach for that back. 2 blocks, whatever way you want to build them. We want to walk our hands forward so that we're getting into that hinge straddle. Now, with the blocks, you can bring your elbows right on the blocks, rest your head into your hands, hang out here. You can go a little further out. Rest your forearms and let the head drop. So you are going to get a stretch here. It's back, definitely for the back. But you got to remember, it's not cheerleading practice, right? So we're not going into the side splits here. Feel that yin Goldilocks edge. Right? So opens up the inner legs, totally improves lower body flexibility while it decompresses our spine. Yes, yes, yes. Now, after a strong workout, they say this is one of the most wonderful poses that we can do. And look at us, we had a strong workout. Dragonfly is associated with our liver meridian, so a little cleansing there of our liver. If your mind starts to wander, because that's what we do, bring it back and just internally repeat, I am present with every breath. I am present with every exhale. I am present with my inhales. Remember, gravity is our friend. Fighting it, resisting it, no. Take one more breath and we'll slowly walk up. So if your head's in your hands, lift the head. Walk the hands back up. We're going to go for a little twist. I'm just going to twist gently, gently, gently towards my left side. I'll be taking my gaze, my head, and my neck to look over, but I'm having a straight back. Look over those shoulders. And then we'll come out, we'll twist to the other side, nice and slow. You're not a washing machine. You're not a wringer washer. And we'll come back to the front. So we're going to move the blocks, but we're going to keep those because we're going to need them. If you're using your blanket, we're going to take that out of the way. We're coming down onto our backs into a supported bridge. Now with supported bridge, it is for our back. So I want you first to slide always on the long, the flat, the widest side of the block. We start bringing it up. Don't want anybody to bring it up on this angle. It gets too wobbly and it gets too dangerous. So for height, it's flat, maybe with another one on top. Now the blanket can be close by and can drape over your belly. So let's roll onto our backs. Press into your feet. Just lift those glutes, lift those hips up. Slide a block underneath so it's going right under your sacrum. So your tailbone, that four corner, into your glutes. It is a back extension. Right? Lots of flexion there. So maybe the other block comes up. Maybe it doesn't. See what that feels like. So a couple of options. Arms can be into a T. They can be overhead, but I don't want you reaching. This is not, this is passive, very, very passive. Legs can come long and away, and you just give in to gravity. That blanket can drape over top of your thighs and your lower core, your hips, like a weighted blanket. And then you settle in. Supported bridge. Oh, yes. So you really want that lumbar spine to be unsupported. So don't put the block on the thin edge ever, 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 ever. So here, sink in. Be totally, totally passive. Do not use your muscles. We don't need to. The blocks will support us. According to Bernie Clark, one of the yin yogas, he calls this supported bridge a very juicy pose. So to marinate in the juices of your supported bridge. I love it. Stay connected to your breath. just under a minute to relish a little more into this. So all the muscles in your body are soft. Face is soft, jaw soft. If your legs are extended, let them bend the left knee. Bring that foot down to the ground. Do the same to the right side. Hold here. Arms come back down beside our body. If you're using your blanket, it gets lifted off for a minute. Press into your feet just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. Just enough to slide those blocks out. And then slowly, 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 the glutes come back down. The hips come back down to the ground. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. Now, really compress your quads, your thighs onto your belly. Lengthen that spine. Nice. Few breaths here. Now, keeping your knees together, we're going to make some small circles. So get the knees together over to the left, hover the feet away, over to the right, back into the chest. Bring the hands back up, compress those thighs, then go the other way. And then we'll bring both feet back to the ground, toes to the sky, heels are going to slide away. So you're sliding the legs nice and long. We're going to walk both feet to the left side of our mat. Arms come up overhead and they walk to the left side. You're coming into a little banana shape, Banasana. Now play with this. We want the shoulders to stay, they first off the hips and the buttocks to stay to the ground. Ideally the shoulders, but you can use a blanket or a block to support that shoulder. Now see what it feels like. You can cross the ankle, the right over the left or the left over the right. It does not matter, whatever feels good for you. And your hands, they can be holding each other. One can be on top of the other. You can use your wrist. Just where you're going to settle into your banana shape. We're not here for very long, 2 minutes for this one. This is a great stretch. I mean, it stretches right into your armpit, side of your body. Great asana. Right into the hips, side body, side spine. Breathe. This is a good one to start our day. I know we're ending our day here tonight, but Vanasana is a good way to start your day. Any big stretch, right? Before we get out of bed, even. But you're not pulling, you're finding that little spot and settling in. So I have my ankles crossed. I'm going to take my right leg and bring it in the center of my mat. I'm going to bring my left knee and hug it up in. Using my right hand, I'm going to take my left knee over my body into a spinal twist. Left arm comes long into a T. My gaze looks towards my left fingers. Give my back a nice spinal twist. And breathe. And we'll unravel out of that and come to a flat back. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them that little hug, that little compression for your spine to straighten. Then extend the legs. Bring the heels down to the ground, toes to the sky. Slide the heels away. Walk your feet to the right side of your mat. Arms come up and over to the right side of your mat. And again, maybe one leg comes over the other. Maybe it's the other on this side. Ankles crossed is what I was talking about. Hips stay connected to the ground. Eyes soften. Arms again. Each side of our body is so different. Maybe what this side wants is different than the other side. And settle in. A couple more breaths. And if your ankle's crossed, we'll uncross it. If it's not, we're just going to slide that left leg to the center of your mat. Bring the right knee into your chest using your left hand. Grab the outside of the knee and guide that knee over your body. Right arm comes long into a T. Gaze looks towards the fingertips, and then you settle in. And that right arm is going to come back up across the body, connect to the floor. We're going to push up into it so that we can roll onto our belly. We're not staying onto our belly though, and we're going to push back into a child's pose. You can bring your blanket and drape it over your back if you like. Now, child's pose, you can bring your big toes touching, knees away from one another, and bring your block. Our Shavasana is coming right into child's pose. If this is not something your body wants, you make your way to the back, lying on your block, lying on your mat on your back into classic Shavasana corpse pose. Otherwise, knees can be wide, knees can be soft. You're going to sink your heels or your glutes down towards your heels. Now you can bring a block onto your chest. Walk your hands forward. And to be a little bit more passive, you can bend at the elbows and bring your hands at the back of your neck. And then just settle. And if none of that works for you, the arms can be long, forehead down to the ground,
chest gets heavy and sinks to the ground. And you settle in. A few more breaths. Now you can stay here, or you can go back to classic Shavasana corpse pose on your block. You're in your homes. That's the beauty of this practice. Otherwise, just start to maybe make some movements. Maybe rock your hips side to side. Maybe move your head side to side. If your arms are extended long or behind your head, we're going to bring them down to the ground and just slowly come up into a little table. Maybe you want to take a cat cow around your shoulders and move your spine, because that was yin for our back. Any way that it feels good for you. And then we'll come to sitting either onto a block or onto the ground. Yeah. All right, let's take a nice big inhale. Bring your arms up towards the sky. Join your fingers and join your palms and join your thumbs. Bring your hands down to your heart center. Once again, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for sharing your energy with me and welcoming me into your home. So remember the words of Snow White. Remember, you're the one that can make a difference in the world. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed your yin for your back.